So here's a couple performance tweaks you can do for your VMware Player virtual machine after you install it. Even though you just installed it, it will have a performance issue that needs it to be defragmented, and there's some changes you can do to make it load off of external drives a little easier. So I have VMware Player already loaded up. I do not have it running, I have it turned off. I'm going to go into Edit Virtual Machine Settings. And the first things I want to do is just get rid of things I'm not going to use, like the floppy disk, maybe sound card. Just get rid of some stuff I may not need to have. USB, maybe sometimes this will get detecting external USB drives. I'll get rid of that too, kind of annoys me. There we go, I'll click OK. Now those are removed. What I'm going to do next is run a defrag on the actual device. So I'm going to go to Edit, I'm going to go to Hard Disks, and there's an option here for Utilities, Defrag. Now a defrag will be required even if this is a freshly installed virtual machine. It'll still be fragmented and it'll still be slow. So I'm going to run defrag. And the key here is how fast it goes. So on a fresh install, it will take just a little bit of time to run through, and the longer it takes, the more fragmented you actually were. The last thing I want to do is I want to edit the VMX file, so when I load this from a USB drive or shut it down, it doesn't take 10 minutes to disconnect entirely. So here I'm going to close this. I need to find out where this is, where I've installed this at. So let me check here. I'm going to go to Options. And I see I put it on my drive here, so I'm going to just go out to this directory. Just browse out to it. Here we are, and there's a file called a Vmx, and you can tell with a little blue icon what it is. So I'm going to right-click it, open with, choose default program, and by default you won't see Notepad in the list here. So I'll choose a drop-down, I'll find Notepad in my list and select it, but I want to be sure I don't leave it checked to always associate. Otherwise, every time I double-click, it'll open a Notepad. There we go, and it opens up and it shows me all my settings inside the actual virtual machine. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out or add in a couple little entries at this point. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have some already copied here. I'm going to paste it in. Now we can see there's 4 new entries I've added in. You want to take some time to make sure you actually get those. Let me increase the fonts here so you can see them. Here we go. So you can add these 4 entries into your VMX file. And once you have those in, you can pause the video to look at this if you need to. Once you have this in, just go to File and Save. Close this out. And you should be able to go back to your virtual machine now and run it at any point. But this time when you shut it off, it'll disconnect a lot more quickly.